Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Samantha, and today I'm going to be sharing with you what we're going to be using for our upcoming 2017-2018 second grade curriculum, so stay tuned. So everyone, first off, I want to apologize. I know our channel has been very quiet lately. I mean, basically, you could probably hear crickets if you came to our channel. We've just been really busy. I've been trying to focus on a couple of different projects that I have going on. But no worries, we're going to be coming back full force very soon. We're trying to get everything lined up and scheduled and get everything where it's going to run smooth. But for right now, I'm pretty excited to share with you what we're going to be using for our second grade curriculum this coming school year. So first off, we'll start off with spelling. Spelling is spelling. It really is. However, I kept looking at different spelling curriculums because I wasn't sure what I wanted to use. Not that we disliked our curriculum that we used last year. I'm going to put a link up there so you can see what we used in our first grade spelling. But I just wanted something a little different. And so after much looking and much researching and much studying, I hope I made a good choice. And I feel pretty confident that I did because I've already looked through most of this book as I've been scheduling for next year. But we are going to be using the Christian Liberty Press, the Building Spelling Skills for second grade. And so far, as I mentioned, I really like what I see on the inside. So I think this is going to be great. But that's going to be our second grade spelling curriculum. Next up, I'm going to be talking about our social studies, history. With our history, we're going to be starting out our year with Rebecca. And basically, I have our school year scheduled through Christmas break because I use the program that I'm able to just shift things online, as we go. And I did a video on that and I'll share it up there. But it just makes it easier when it comes time to, if we miss a day or the schedule doesn't go, I can shift it all forward. So basically projecting in that and doing our history 3 days a week, we should be wrapping up our history right before we hit Christmas break. And so we are going to be using the second grade Rebecca, Our America as the first part, our first semester in second grade history. And I really like what I've seen. I'll be sure to do a review on this as we go through it to let you guys see more of it, but I think we're going to love that. We did the first grade Rebecca history for the second semester of our first grade year, so we were really pleased with that. And then, since this only goes through our first semester, I'm going to be adding in stories of Great Americans for Little Americans. I first heard of this book on Memorial Press because we love Memorial Press anyway, and I had to get it because Luke is big on history, and I really like this. It reads really well. We've read a couple of the stories in it just to kind of get a feel to see, how we were going to like it, and so far I'm pretty pleased with that. So that is going to be the two things that we're going to be using for our second grade history this year. Next up is going to be our language arts. Now, I did a review for the Lightning Literature and Composition, and I'll leave a link up top. And we are really loving this program. Luke loves it. We read a story every week. We can read the story more than once if we want to, and usually we do because Luke loves it, and he's learning so much. And it's such a great way to introduce them to different literature that chances are I probably would have never purchased, or books that I maybe would have not picked up. However, we are working through the Lightning Literature and Composition. Now, this is basically an all-in-one, and you don't have to add any more language arts curriculum to go with it because they are learning about nouns and pronouns and all of that. And I don't want to get into too much detail because I did do a review on this video, so they do learn about all that. However, it does kind of move fast. So, as a way of refreshing what we've learned last year, as well as keeping up with this curriculum, I'm going to be supplementing as we go whenever I see that he's maybe forgotten what an adverb is, or a pronoun, or an adjective. I'm going to be supplementing with the first language lessons for the Well-Trained Mind Level 2. Now, we used the Level 1. That was our main language arts for last year, and we adored it. He learned so much. And so, I think that this is a great addition for this book because, like I said, this book kind of goes fast. It doesn't get into a lot of detail about the pronouns and adverbs and nouns and things like that, which, he'll be continuing to learn over the years. But I just think that this really complements the book, and we'll probably end up pulling this. My plan is, I thought about pulling it maybe twice a week, and let's just do the oral part of it and to do the lessons like that. But I may just pull it whenever I see that we have forgotten one of the rules and it's not standing out and it's not as clear as it should be. So I'm still tossing that up, and I'll let you guys know for sure how we decide to do that when we do our monthly homeschool updates. But for right now, we are going to be using these two together as we go through our program course. for math. Now, Luke is huge on math. He loves math. And so we actually started Rebecca's second grade math in January of this year, and we have been slowly working through it. Here is the book is thick. Anyone who's familiar with Rebecca, they send it's the really thick book. So it's what I did is I took the book and I bind it into 2 different ones, so it's easier to manage for little hands. And so we just finished last week this first section that I did, and we have went on to the second section this week. And so far, we have really enjoyed it. I've not done a review for this yet, and I plan to do that because we have really, really enjoyed this program. And so what we're going to be doing when we wrap up the second grade curriculum, I actually thought about just focusing on some other stuff or looking at different ways to kind of keep him up to par. However, he has done so well at taking off with this. He has also voiced that he wants to keep doing the Rebecca because he really likes it. So I guess we'll be moving on to the Rebecca third grade math when we wrap up our second grade math, which may end up falling around December. So we'll see how that goes. You know, it may be something that we'll start like we did. This one started in January. We'll probably end up starting our third grade in January, but we'll see how well it flows. So that is our math, is the Rebecca second grade. So next up is science. Science is a subject that both of my boys, once again, they really love. History and science kind of went out when it comes to the courses that we take. They just both really love the history and the science. And so once again, we're going to be starting out our first semester using the Rebecca, the Enjoying God's World grade 2. And this, once again, I have it scheduled to do it 3 days a week. And we are going to be wrapping up right before our Christmas break. So our first semester will be focusing on that. So then it left me, what am I going to do for my second semester? And mainly because we have always done science and history year-round. So it's something that we've always done year-round, and which my boys look forward to. So then it left me kind of thinking, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Well, I had done Sunlight with Davis in second and third grade. And so what I decided to do was, starting in January, I'm going to pull his Sunlight, and we are going to do the Youthborn Book of Knowledge. So our second semester, we're going to be working through the Sunlight curriculum and using the Youthborn Book of Knowledge, as well as, I'm not sure if anybody has ever checked these out before, but the Christian Liberty Nature Readers. We adore these. And the boys, we have 1, 2, 4, and 5. And we were lacking number 3. But the boys actually just like sitting down and reading these books, and they're so fun, and it's amazing what they remember. So this is going to be kind of like, it's not going to be the curriculum. While this is a curriculum, without a doubt, we just like sitting down and reading this. So when we have our reading time or quiet time or whatever, I'll often find them reading these anyway. So this is going to be incorporated as well. So we're going to be incorporating it this year, and we're looking forward to it. And we've already started on some of it, as you can see, because like I said, they just really love reading these books. Davis is going to be doing the 5th grade, and Luke's doing the 2nd grade this year. And last, but certainly not least, was Bible. It's something that I like to incorporate into our homeschool. And I like to have it in a way that they can both do it. Instead of having 2 different Bible courses, I like to have it combined as a one course so we can both do it. And so what I decided to do was to re-pull Davis's 2nd grade Sunlight Bible schedule. So that's what we're going to be doing this year. And I've already scheduled some of it, and here's the schedule here I've got in there. So we're going to be using this Discover's Bible. Once again, we have so many Bibles, and I love all the different Bibles we have. This is the one I'm reading out of. The boys have their different Bibles that they like to follow along with. This was part of our Sunlight curriculum, if I'm not mistaken, when we were doing this, and I just really like the way this reads. I know not everybody likes the New International Reader's Version, but as far as with my 2nd grader, keeping his attention, and I noticed that it made a big difference as well when Davis was in the 2nd grade to read it like this, and still Davis will listen to this more. We're using this Bible, and then to go along with the Bible curriculum when it comes to Sunlight, you have this, and then it has you refer also to go into the Awesome Book of Bible Facts. And I love this book, and we've used it numerous times. Even when we're not doing the Sunlight curriculum, it's something that we have often pulled. So that is what we're going to be using when it comes to our Bible this year. We're going to be using the Discoveries Bible and then the Awesome Book of Bible Facts. So I know I mentioned that the Bible was last but not least, but I am incorrect. I forgot to mention that we are also starting health. As the days have gotten hotter, we start adding more and more classes until we hit the end of August, and then we pick up our full load again because we do homeschool year round. But normally through the summer we have a light load and we just start adding classes as we go. So last but not least is our health, safety, and manners, and we've started this a couple of weeks ago. We've been doing this, and Luke really looks forward to doing it. It's pretty easy. But it gives them, just enough information that they're going to need. But this is the Abeka Health, Safety, and Manners Book 2. And this, if I do it by the schedule, it's also showing that it's going to be wrapping up at the end of the first semester. So that is what we're going to be using for our second grade curriculum for the 2017-2018 school year. And for those who may wonder how I'm going to be scheduling this, stay tuned. I'll do a video to kind of show you how our schedule is going to be laid out for this coming school year. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, be sure to give us a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, we would love to have you stick around, so be sure and hit that subscribe button. Thank you and have a wonderful rest of your day.